here. That's all I'm saying.
There's some evidence as well. I mean, generally speaking, the Polish scene has actually stepped up with a lot of talent recently.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just Virtus.Pro anymore that's out there. Maybe a little bit scary. We've got the knife round coming up here. Would be nice, I think, for Liquid to get a start on that CT side and maybe feeling good. And, well, they are stabbing away at the Polish team here, looking pretty good.
Whoa, buddy. He gets caught in the end. All right, so Liquid will get the start, or they'll get to decide which side they want to start on. If it's going to be the offense or the defense. Hiko looking pumped. And the man right there in the foreground, Nitro, dude. He is the monster on this team. Him and Elige, they've been talking a lot about this on the analyst desk, but really, they've come to the fore. It feels like finally Liquid have figured out just how to use these guys and get them to shine.
I think you're absolutely right, but I will have to say, you know, because Moses is on the Nitro team as well, and you can have Elige as long as I can keep Hiko.
Okay.
For me, it's about Hiko a little bit here. You know,
Hiko, mate. You can
he's got to be the core of the team, I think. The rest, you know, they're all good to have, but you saw what happened when Hiko got added, you know.
Oh, yeah. He turned into a monster. But the thing is now, man, when do we get to see Hiko shine? His teammates are doing all the work.
It's going to be right now. That's what I think.
Well, then that means that you're saying that like Nitro and Elige just aren't going to be up to snuff. They aren't going to manage it.
They're gonna play a big part, I think, a really big part. But I think the key moments, you know, I'm going to look for Hiko.
All right, guys. Well, we should be going live. Yep, the countdown has begun for the pistol round. This is it, the last best-of-3 quarterfinal match here, live from San Jose. We still have a crowd as well, Anders. I mean, this is it. It's not every day we get CS live here from a stadium, and it's a sick event indeed. But now we're going to get into the thick of things here, and 3 guys have gone for nades on Liquid, so this makes you really think that they want to make VP sweat in this. Oh,
he just gets back around the corner. Fugly could have got caught then. That would have been horrendous. And actually, it's all armor on VP. He gets a running headshot on Neo, and he's going to go down. What's ridiculous? And Fugly going to look for more. Second headshot coming in. He was down. Fugly with a 3rd kill. He's going to get the 4th kill. Taz is going down as well, and it's all on Pasha. What on earth is going on? Fugly wrecking Virtus.Pro in this early round. He's going to go for the USP pistol ace in the first round of this best-of-3. Tell me it isn't. So he's got a he's going to reload it. He's going for it. Fugly's going to do it. It's the ace in a pistol round. Unreal.
I'm sitting there the whole time when he's already got the quad. I'm thinking his teammates, just run away. Just bait for him. Let him have the ace. Stop taking the fights, please.
There is no way Fugly knew that he was going to get that first shot in. That was just a random... I can't believe he knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, buddy. And now the USA chance starts. This is it, the moment we've been waiting for. Liquid. I mean, they are the big NA hope once the brackets got shaken out. Once we knew that Snacks wasn't here for VP, I mean, this is it. We could have just Liquid in the semifinals representing North America tomorrow. And they're off to a pretty good start, I'd say.
I've got to believe it. It has to be true this time around. It's about time we have that one NA team make their way through. That jump that Hiko was doing down here, and you can tell Bayana was getting ready to punish it. Since the update with the hitboxes, it's been so dangerous to make that jump. I mean, even before the fix, that actually a lot of teams were getting pretty good at shooting people there. Now it's even worse, so you've got to be careful. You've got to watch for that. And obviously, you've got to watch for Virtus.Pro here. They've got some good pistols and some armor as well to try and bring it right back here.
Yeah, Shroud taught Kerrigan a lesson there earlier, right? Going for that little jump peek. Boop. The headshot gets in there and you're done. But VP right now, it was the force buy for them. They've got the Kevlar, they've got the pistols. They still have a smoke on Bialy as well, so there are options and time as well. And instead of committing to the B site, where it seems a lot of the Team Liquid defense is gathered up, they're rotating back around into mid towards that A site. 30 seconds left here for Virtus.Pro to make this play happen. And with the sole smoke, where do they use it, Anders? Do they just throw it down onto CT and cross their fingers?
I think they might actually try and use it for get the plant in here. Just use it on the spot itself. Just try and see if they can make that work. Fugly gonna continue his streak here. That's now 6 in a row for him without dying. Finally drops, and Adren gonna get the 1 kill in. Elige helping out and getting a double with that P90. Not at all bad. Taz, sole survivor, no bomb plant. They did put the smoke down ultimately, and the bomb is even inside the smoke, but no one there to actually activate it. 3rd round coming up, and Liquid doing a good job here, trying to keep as many as they could alive.
How crazy would that be, Anders? If you could activate the bomb and throw it, and it would just roll onto the site?
So, I mean, much before anything was even called Counterstrike 1.0, I think we actually have to go back to even before, like, the 5 you know, X versions. You can actually plant the bomb anywhere on the map.
Right, that's right.
But you wouldn't win the round doing it, but you could do it. So it was a thing. Couldn't run with it.
Sounds like a great idea. Wow, okay. They were ready for it. Unfortunately, VP didn't actually have an AK or a Deagle or anything that probably would have, been able to kill Elige there, but they were ready and waiting for him to go for that jump. Now they're going for the boost as well. Taz hoping to spot somebody over by Toxic or up in Sniper, and he's not really getting that chance just yet. Might get it. Oh, man.
Elise sees it from the other side, though. That's going to be a little bit weird. And jumping on over there.
Well, they spot the bodies, at least. They got a little bit of info to go off of. Hiko with the FAMAS just tapping away, hoping to do some damage. He is going to, get a glancing shot onto Pasha. And the push begins here for VP. They are actually going to be able to pull a fast one here on Liquid, get right up onto the site, but then the rifles come into play, and the crossfire is impeccable. Liquid just locked them out.
Nobody died. That looked like they could have got caught off guard because they were setting up for some elaborate underhand flashes there coming into it, and almost looked like VP just crushing through would catch at least 1 or 2 off guard there. So pretty good job from Liquid that nobody died. Going to be moving into the 4th round, and now we will actually get a chance to see what VP are all about here. It's been some strange rounds for them early on. They've got all AKs and a single Molotov as well on Mihu.
An aggressive play over here on long for Liquid. They're putting 2 guys up with 1 man in restroom. They really want to try and bop Virtus.Pro on the nose early on here in this round. It's exactly what we have to do here on CT side to be effective. Make sure that VP don't get too comfortable or don't get too much map control. They're still waiting outside of B. That's Mihu just hanging out. And they've got control of connector now, VP, but they still haven't ventured out onto long where the majority of the Team Liquid force is waiting for him.
Pasha's got to be careful. He's got the bomb as well. If he somehow goes and peeks long right now, that would be horrendous. But he's actually going to join the rest of the team here, and look at them slowly clearing out restrooms here to make sure that no one's there. They're not going to realize probably that there's 2 people over and long, so they could actually be creating a bit of a sandwich situation for themselves here, VP. And look at this Pasha coming back. He's no longer got the bomb. He's going to go and fight Nitro, and he comes out short in that fight. And now they're going to fall back Liquid, and that's a smart choice. Bomb still all the way over at restrooms, but 40 seconds here, Samla. This is looking very bad for Liquid at the moment. Oh, sorry, VP.
Well, for VP, one thing is that Pasha, he spotted 2, so that was some good info. You could see them start to rotate over towards the B side. Looks like they want to try and take advantage of that, but it's taking so long here for Virtus.Pro to actually pounce on this site that Liquid are going to have time to rotate over. Bit of a blundered nade there, unfortunately, for Hiko. He's not really going to get it, but Elise will find the headshot on Taz. Bialy pushing up onto that site, looking to get the bomb plant, and he just can't quite pick it up. Finally gets it, and in the meantime, Mihu and Neo were able to pick up 2 kills to make it interesting here.
A nice shot from Bialy, gonna take down Fugly, so back into a 2-on-2 Elige. And Hiko still left, trying to see if they can make this round work. And a quick trade there, it's gonna be Hiko going down. Bialy with a fantastic triple kill, and VP putting the first round on the board there. Wonderful style, and I mean, I think you called it perfectly. The fact that he spots both makes the rotation happen, and I think what's really tragic is that Molotov that Hiko wanted to put out, I think it hit the chimney on top of the rooftop there. Don't know if it would have hit all the way, but it was a good idea anyway. Could have bought enough time. VP surviving with only 1 member is a bit of a problem too, though.
Yeah, exactly. We can see no fancy guns for them. Neo's actually gone for a scout Galil on Pasha. They do have 3 AKs and a decent nade count still, a Molotov on Bialy, so we'll see where he decides to use that. They're really taking their time, Virtus.Pro. They really aren't peeking it long early on. They really are focusing outside of B, getting into connector as well, and then just leaving the 1-man Pasha to make sure that there isn't any kind of aggressive push coming up mid or long from Team Liquid. Liquid, in the meantime, though, they're focusing on Sword. 2 guys pushing up short like that, really just looking to see if they can't take a fight and get a trade kill.
I mean, pushing a little bit further, and they would have caught Neo close range with the scout, and backup was in the connector, but it might not have been on time anyway. And Neo going to be moving in. He spots 1 guy out. Got to be a little bit careful here, but somehow they miss each other. Nitro doesn't even realize that someone's here. Well, he must have, because the grenade got called in there, and Neo taking a significant amount of damage early on. They go again for the boost outside here, trying to see if they can work it back. And Nitro, I think he might have spotted them there, so it feels like Liquid are maybe dodging a couple of bullets here.
This is really scary, though. Liquid still have got 3 guys here on the B side. If I'm not mistaken, Adren is rotating down to Sniper as well, so they'll have 4 players here, Liquid, ready and waiting for VP, the welcoming committee, and it's not going to be pretty. They are still going through this push. There's the smoke to try and get that bomb plant down. Hiko will find the headshot, but Bialy's there to take out Elige. Bialy with the double kill, and they're still pushing in here, looking for more, but Nitro's there. He catches him lined up, and he denies the bomb plant. Not looking good, though, as that final shot goes through for Adren, who's got that AWP, and now Pasha, with 10 seconds left, has to get a bomb plant or both kills. Okay then.
Wow, and he kind of elects to do neither here. I mean, he's probably afraid that he was going to straight go down. Probably just wants to save the AK. Felt like maybe he could have tried to get that bomb plant. I probably would have, but not the call that came through. That's going to make it 4-1. And that double kill from Nitro is one thing. It's definitely very important. But the fact that the bomb rolls back instead of staying in the bomb site, it's one of these things in Global Offensive that you can't really predict always. And sometimes the drop of the bomb actually has a big impact on the round.
Oh, yeah.
So we've seen it on multiple maps. I think that's Dust 2
Dust 2 is like the main one where it's heartbreaking.
Falls into CT spawn, and you know that round is going to be tough.
Oh, looks like VP were trying to go for a bit of a fast play here towards B, but the incendiaries are going to go down. This is really just going to basically put the kibosh on everything here. A lot of damage taken by VP to start, and they don't really get anything out of it. So hopes of getting a bomb plant doesn't really seem like it's going to pan out, although Taz is just crossing his fingers, hoping that Elige goes for the jump. Elige? Oh, Elige.
He's
waiting.
tempted by it.
He's right there by the sandbags. Elige, just go.
He's done it every round so far.
Get the info.
Yeah, we're setting up here. YNK is with us on the observer.
He knows what's up. And Pasha, really, it's all going to be on Pasha now with this AK. He's got to get some big damage in here. Spots the first man, will not get the trade, and they managed to line it up nicely. Nitro, and Hiko doing great work, and that's a solid defense there on the B side for Team Liquid.
Well, looking good early on here for the North American team. Neo, last man left with a Glock and no armor. I mean, it's pretty much no secret at this point. He's not going to be able to do too much, and sort of a throwaway round here. I mean, they tried a little bit, obviously not going to work out. So 5-1, and we are going to be moving into the 7th round here, and currently topping the scoreboard, actually tied for kills, are Hiko, Nitro, and Fugly at 7 each. We've got 0 currently on Pasha and 1 on Neo and Taz. So really the fact is that a lot of the VP members haven't really been put into play yet. They haven't really had a chance to shine. So this could change around quickly. I feel like 5-1 is maybe a bit deceptive right now because so many of the VP members haven't really got into gear.
No, or they've had their economy reset as well, so
yeah.
They really just don't have the weapons. And again, it's going to be an eco round. You got to admire the patience here for Virtus.Pro. They know that it's still very early on in the half. They don't need to take any unnecessary risks by going for a force buy and allowing Team Liquid to extend their lead. Instead, they're just going to see if they can get some economic damage done here, hope to brute force their way onto the A site to get a bomb plant and a little bit of additional money to go into the next round. And that's mainly the focus, the next round, when they'll be able to get an AWP if they want it, and at least afford full nades. So very solid work there by Team Liquid, making sure that everybody stayed alive, and they really made the best out of that anti-eco.
I mean, Nitro, you pointed it out, Moses has been on the Nitro team all day.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, right now you guys are turning out to be quite right. It's 10-1-2 for him, doing a fantastic job. And yeah, I guess we didn't talk too much about Fugly, but I mean, the fact is that he is also a very good player.
What was that, the ghost of NA past or something? The hopes of NA?
Yeah, I mean, people have been talking about Nitro for a long time, but like so many players, it's the consistency that's been the problem, right?
Yeah.
Now would be a good time to dig up one of those really legendary performances and make it work. Again, they've got the triple setup over at Lawn, but a great flashbang there on one, and it's going to be a favorable trade. Pasha coming into it with a fantastic double kill. Adren going to try and see if he can make his, but he's sandwiched in here. This is an awful position to be in with the AWP, and he's going to walk in with his back turned to Taz, and that is an easy kill. So Elige and Hiko going to be left now 2 versus 4. Very, very tough position for them to try and win, but 50 seconds left here, and Taz going to get another kill. Hiko all alone. He gets the first shot there, but still so much to go.
He's the king of clutch himself, right? And he's looking for it. He gets that flash on to Bialy, rather. I thought it was Pasha for a second. And it's going to be Bialy picking it up. So 2 rounds on the board for VP. A key win there as well for them, because if they had lost that, Anders, it would have been looking really grim.
So I don't know what went wrong over at Long. Obviously, there was a really good flash. There was a really good flash, right? Yeah. But when you're 3 people, not all 3 should be flashed enough that nobody can return fire, and they just weren't able to do that. So
I had to point fingers, but where was Adren? He's supposed to be the anchor there with the AWP, right? Both of his rifles are relying on him to be that, the guy who strikes out. He took 1.
I see what you did there, Semler, as well. It's hard to put fingers, but Adren, you know, where were you at?
Where were you, bro?
There was definitely
something. Needed you.
There was definitely something weird going on there. I mean, that should have been at least an even trade, and actually should have been better than that.
Agreed.
Speaking of Adren, he is here now. Not just admiring the flowers, but getting ready for a bit of a fight here with Neo, who's crouching and creeping in with the AWP, and somehow he gets to survive. That should have been an easy shot for Adren, and probably going to be a little bit frustrated about that one.
VP are going to be feeling very good, though, because they had the man in party, so they've got some info there as far as mid-control is concerned. They still see that Mihu, he's going to open it up, taking out Elige, who was trying to push forward to get the info. That is key right now. VP looks like they want to pounce on that as well. I mean, Miu's still hanging around. They have the nades necessary to push onto this B site. And now it comes down to Liquid and Pasha. Pasha's going to have to create some kind of diversion over here. He has to draw the attention to the A site, make sure they don't rotate off for free. He picks off Fugly, but Fugly's just going to be calling to his mates. I've only seen 1 guy here. Don't leave the B site just yet. And Adren is there to pick up the first. He gets the second, not the third, though. Bialy shuts him down, but Nitro's there to do work as well. And it's a 2-on-2 situation now. VP still hoping to get this bomb plant.
Hiko, once again, you did say the king of clutch here. He's alone, 15 seconds left. in a 1 versus 2. Still no bomb plant happening. Violey going to put in that Molotov, and it's really well placed as well. Hiko can't really easily run past, going to put up a bit of a flashbang there. And if he runs in, he has to fight Pasha up at the sniper nest and Violey down at the side. Look at this crossfire setup here. Hiko, I mean, how do you possibly break this one? They almost have to lend him a bit of a hand here and make a mistake. Otherwise, I don't think it's possible. He sneaks in, he wants to, he knows exactly what's up. He's going to go for Pasha, jumps down, gets the 1 kill, looks at his hair, he's going to get both of them. And Hiko picks it up, and look at that satisfied smile. He actually does the 1 versus 2, breaks the crossfire, and that's going to be a round that they should have never won.
What was that? Yeah, that's right. Just let it sink in there for a moment. I think VP are equally stunned. Anders, how did they lose that? Pasha should have been the anchor. If you lose Bialy, Bialy's there. It's that 1-2 combination. But Hiko changed up the order. He went for Pasha first, and it was a fadeaway shot as well. So sick. And so 7-2 the score. Liquid, that was a huge, huge round for them to win. A big clutch. That's really going to rock VP back on their heels. And well, VP, they've invested everything here.
Yeah, and I think someone's game crashed for a minute, and because nobody's exchanged any kills, it means there's no real danger in resetting the round here. Good thing that it happened right at that time. It's always a little bit disappointing if they've already exchanged kills and then one guy drops. So we're just going to be looking at this again. I mean, you're right, he did sort of fall off the ledge, which I think actually put him out of range of Bialy initially. So, I don't know, critical round, a very big round for Liquid that are doing quite well, and a slightly struggling VP at this point in time. That should have been their round, absolutely.
No doubt about it. Just how close it was. But yeah, man, Hiko, that's what you're talking about, Anders. You were saying we need to see something from him. You know, all the focus is on Nitro and Elige, but that's when Hiko excels. He's not the point man. He's not going in first. He's not looking for those straight up battles like Nitro and Elige are. He's the one who's there to win the round at the end. 1v1, 1v2, hell, 1v4 if he's on cash with the Tech 9.
And I think the fact is that that kind of player is automatically going to take up a lot of space on your team, because if you have the mentality that you are going to be the guy to save the team, well, that means not everyone can do that, you know. So other people have to sacrifice themselves a bit for Hiko to get to look a little bit better all the time. You know, it's a part of the game that we don't always see. I mean, Hiko is, I think, every bit as good as people say that he is, but you've got to give some credit to the rest of the team too. The team sort of, in some ways, have to bend a bit around him to make this kind of play work. Right now it feels like Liquid have found a really good form. And the fact is that even in the rounds where Hiko don't make it work, I mean, now they've got Elige and they've got Nitro, and both of those alone can sometimes do as much as Hiko can too. So it's just turned into a very, very good team right here. We saw some AWPing power from Adren as well. And I mean, if they could just have Fugly, you know, ace the pistol round every time, it's going to be no problem.
Right? Yeah, no, Fugly's actually kind of cooled off. He's only picked up 3 kills since that pistol. But still, I mean, we're actually seeing a pretty good level of consistency across the board for Liquid, whereas VP, it's still Neo kind of lagging behind, Taz as well, Pasha. I mean, we need to find some more kills for them, and this is going to be a big buy coming out here from VP. They've got the AWP on Pasha, 3 rifles, and a Tech 9, limited number of nades, whereas it's a full buy for Liquid. They have all the fun. Yeah, there we go. We actually have the bars back up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But just making sure that you guys are aware of what VP have to work with right now. And this time they're changing it up. Instead of focusing on the B side of the map, VP, they've actually taken over long early on, and they with a focus on mid as well. So they're trying to change things up. That's exactly what has to happen.
And a much more relaxed defense here from Liquid, which is going to allow VP to set up for some real executes. The only problem is they only have 2 smokes to do it with, so it won't be the most impressive execute, but I would love to see if VP are actually going to try and go for it now that they've been given the opening. If they feel like that's enough of a reason for us to try and venture into this A bomb site, just get that bomb down and play the rest of the round from the restrooms instead. And Pasha looking for the here. It's going to get the big opening on Fugly, and that's a fantastic start for VP.
And he gets the smoke down into bank as well, so it's going to make it a little tricky. Liquid still have 3 players alive on this side. 4th man has rotated in, and Nitro is Ren striking out, and the kills come in for Liquid. What was that? They walked right into the blender. 8-2, and that was brutal.
So actually on this specific map, there are some teams when they do have a stand-in that will elect to put the stand-in on sort of guard duty outside of the B-bomb site, so he just holds there, while the rest, who the sort of the real core of the team, will go and do something else on the other side of the map. I'm hoping our analyst panel can maybe someone bring that up, how they actually utilize Mihu here. I mean, I think they've played with him a couple of times before in various sort of scrims, stuff like that, and also some stand-in situations, so he probably knows a little bit, but it'll never be the same. So if you try and make him do what Snacks would normally do in this team, I think it's not the best way to use him, basically.
No, Snacks is only just doing Snacks things, really. He's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
He has a unique way of approaching the game, which is what makes him so good and so difficult to predict. As far as the economy is concerned right now, I think Liquid should have a pretty good idea of what they're facing. VP just don't have any money whatsoever. As this hard reset coming in on them pretty much is just going to lay them low, and Adren will be able to pick off Pasha to start. No real threat here from VP. So Liquid now, they have, again, a chance to just really, breathe in. That last round was fairly easy, I think, for them, just to set up. They had the perfect read on the A side with the 4 players there, but now they should be able to just farm, and it's only going to get more difficult here for Virtus.Pro. Excellent crossfire on the B side. Elysian, Hiko just shredding Virtus.Pro as they try and push out from short, rather, and yeah, this is looking very one-sided so far. Virtus.Pro, it's basically what we expected to see from them coming into it.
I mean, the push into A the last time around, I think, also was made to look a bit easy for Liquid because they only had 2 smokes on the VP side. So some of these angles that they would have normally been able to smoke and block off, I mean, they couldn't do that. This time, they've got a bit of a better situation, so we'll see if they can do a little bit more this time. They've got 12 rounds now in here to the first map, and they're going to go a little bit quicker here. Miho going to go down, and Hiko drops next. It's going to be Elise spraying down one, very nearly a double kill. He turns around and gets a headshot as well. And now Nitro's here to follow it up, and it's a quick shutdown as well. The Liquid players on an individual level just doing a lot, getting a lot out of some pretty tough situations there.
Yeah, that's admirable work, actually, from Hiko. He was full flash. He even gets a second one there. He shouldn't be able to pick off Neo in that situation. He should just be taken out immediately. But the fact that he gets a 2-for-1 trade, that more than makes up for the fact that Hiko only got the 1-for-1. So everything seems to be working for Liquid. No bomb plan for Virtus.Pro either means that, again, they're under pressure economically. They don't have the money to go for a full buy. And it's just not looking very easy at all here for Virtus.Pro. They can't seem to catch a break. Although, as I say that, Neo can't find the shot. He may be able to get the follow-up, though. Adren down to 11 HP, and just the 1 bullet will do it. So now Neo actually has an AWP to work with. Bit of a threat on the map.
What is this?
How did he get? Yeah, how did Miho get here? Did they realize? Fugly?
They have like an inkling that something has gone horribly wrong here and that their lineup has actually been infiltrated, but this is just so strange. Miho surely is going to be finding at least a couple of kills here, walking around back. Oh, but Fugly's coming up behind him. Miho, you've got to strike right now. He walks up behind Elise. The flashbang comes through. Oh, no! He's going to miss the shot. Elise will take him down. What was that godlike timing for Liquid? And now it's going to be Pasha dropping next. It's Neo and Taz left, and Miho, I mean, when he goes to bed tonight, that scenario is going to replay in his mind 100 times over.
I'm just shaking my head. What timing is that? And so, well, that leaves it down to Neo and Taz here, the last 2 alive for VP. They could get a bomb plant out of this at least, but no, Nitro's here. Never mind, scratch that. No bonus money. And this is just looking like an outright stomp right now.
Whose flashbang was this?
Where did it come from?
Neo has one right now, but it's not him putting it up.
Flashed on the left. He was flashed on the left side, so it was right at the entrance of the site?
Yeah.
Elise, it looks like. Yeah, okay.
All right, YNK's got us covered, of course.
Thank you.
11-2, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, even if they win the last 2 rounds here, VP, Liquid could be very satisfied with the first half like this. Quite impressive work, and it started off with an ace, obviously, from Fugly. Miho going to go down here. They just don't have the strength to fight right now, VP. It's a best of 3, but still, this kind of performance is not a good sign.
It's not looking too hot for him, and the opening is there. Bialy, I mean, Adren is just roasting alive. He gets out of it with 30 HP, and Bialy's able to catch Hiko out in the open there. Dunk nade, perhaps, and yes, right on top of Adren. So they're bringing it back, Virtus.Pro. 1 frag at a time. Nitro can't come through, and it's all going to come down to Fugly and Elige now in a 2-on-2. And Elige is just dancing on the edge of this smoke. Bialy, does he have any idea that the man is standing right around the corner from him? Nope, not at all.
And to be honest, they did put a lot of grenades in there early on. Molotovs, a couple of grenades. I mean, I think the second HE actually killed Adren, so it took a lot of utility to even kill Adren. Just the fact that he's staying alive, and they're spending all those grenades to get him out. And when they finally do, well, Elige takes his place, and then, you know, I think they've sort of mentally forgot about that corner, right? It's going to be 12-2 moving into the last round of the first half here in this first map in the best of 3. And right now, Virtus.Pro, well, standing or not, they're definitely getting wrecked here.
Yeah, this is so one-sided. This could also be a combination. I mean, it's just a combination Virtus.Pro having a stand-in and also Liquid. I mean, they've done a lot of homework on VP in preparation for Cluj. So that information could be carrying over here for this match. Although it is also just really solid work individually coming in from Liquid. They are taking these duels and winning them. And again, it's going to be Adren starting things off strong here for the North American Hope. It's up to VP now to try and find a way to get some kind of impact going, some kind of play. Neo, perfect flash again, and that's actually from his teammate, so no opportunity for him to find the pick. He might be able to get a second chance here, and he misses the flick.
Oh, the timing is very unfortunate for Neo because he actually had that angle set and then just unscopes as they walk past, and he's going to move closer. He's actually pushing this bomb site as the front runner with the AWP spots a guy there, and Adren is going to be going down. Nitro with a quick reply takes down one, about 40 seconds now, and it's still 4 versus 3. They're going to go for the bomb plant here. Miho, they jump on top of him. Elie's going to get the second kill too, and Neo goes down, and that's going to be the round. What was that play? That was a parkour Counterstrike with Elise just jumping on players' faces, and 13-2 finish here. Liquid just showing us a little bit of power here on Overpass as the first map.
It's actually some kung fu English. I've never seen the flying double kick to the face. Who needs a gun?
I think he's got those steel reinforced boots there.
Sorry.
Probably do kick if you get one of those to the forehead, I imagine.
Right, straight feet.
And we've got the crowd chanting USA. This is the last hope of the North American scene here at IEM, so I can't really blame you guys. It's now or never for the NA side to make it to the semifinals.
Moses doing a little dance. He's just so happy right now. Well, yeah, there is going to be perhaps a little bit of a discussion, but not for too long. The countdown has begun to get into the second half pistol, and now we get to see what Liquid have in store for us here for their T side. Is it going to be just a straight-up rush somewhere? I mean, they have such a huge lead in this half. They could afford to be a little ballsy.
Well, we've got to say as well, when Liquid got picked up by the organization, not quite this team, but close to it, people were, I think, thoroughly disappointed in their performances. It's taken a long time to turn that around, but right now they are doing a very good job here. Up 13-2, second half coming up. Pasha moving close, USPS in hand, but look at that. The overwhelming amount of Glocks, just a little bit too much to handle, and it's going to be Adren opening up now, 4 versus 5, and they are going to just charge on towards that A bomb site, it seems.
Yeah, quick rotation, though. Good play there from VP. With Pasha going down again, he dies, but he was able to call the info to his teammates. He spotted that bomb. Only problem is, that bomb made its way through connector now with the rest of Liquid, and they're going onto the B site, where there's only Bialy here to stop him, and he's not finding any of the headshots he needs. He's not getting anything, actually, apart from, well, some lead. So it is going to be a 2-man advantage here for Liquid going into this hold, and already Taz insta-dinked down to 6 HP.
Neo trying to make his way out, but he's not really invited to the party here at the B bomb site. He's trying once again. Bit of a flash goes in, and Adren will take him out. Taz now the last man standing, and he drops to Hiko. 14-2. If they weren't already winning it, Senna, they definitely are now.
Yeah, this is. They have it within their grasp at this point. Now, VP have a bit of a tough call, but I think tough call. They have to go for the force.
Yeah.
I don't think even VP can kid themselves into thinking that they can do the run back and like, we're going to go overtime, 13 rounds in a row. Perfect CT half.
I mean, I think actually if you didn't go for the force here, what you would be trying to do instead is just buy like a buffer for the next map. Like you wouldn't actually be trying to win, you'd just be saying, maybe we could do that a little bit here. Some long-range spray coming out on Neo, but he did return roughly the same amount of damage. And Fuckley's going to win the fight here against Bialy. So far it's looking good here in a 4 versus 5, and we'll see if Liquid can close it out really swiftly. I mean, if they knocked him out here 16-2, that'd be a bit of a statement almost.
They've actually set themselves up fairly nicely initially, VP, and then Liquid, instead of rushing in, trying to build on an advantage and on that initial frag, they take their time with it. They start spreading out across the map, seeing where VP decided to push, and if they can catch somebody out of position. So it's all about just information gathering right now. They're still holding over by Monster, and Taz hasn't given it away that he's holding very close to connector like this right in sewer. Elise is there to take out Pasha, but then Neo strikes back with the scout. Point-blank shots coming in from Taz, but he runs out of bullets before he can get the second kill. Mihu, however, is going to be able to at least pick up another one, and it's a 1v2 now with Neo getting in position in Sniper to put some damage into Team Liquid. Maybe he can actually catch that bomb carry before he gets up onto the site. But the smoke goes down, and it's not even going to happen here. Neo is going to be a whole lot harder for him to get the job done now. Sitting on 34 HP, no Kevlar versus 2 AKs. He needs to be quick, and he gets the shot. But unfortunately, it's not Hiko he lands a shot on, it's Fugly, and Fugly will 2 him.
I want to know, I'm looking to our analyst a little bit. Is it possible to cancel the sound by landing on that ledge there? Can you cancel the fall sound by doing it? Because it looked like that was Neo. Yeah, that was just a stylistic thing. I'm sort of wondering if that's possible. I always look to the way that Neo moves in this game, because he's just an incredibly intelligent player when it comes to movement. In this game, it's good. In 1.6, it was absolutely unreal to watch. So yeah, Neo's a special player in so many ways.
It's a real pleasure. He's one of those just iconic players. If you were able to watch him, you know, the name wasn't there, but you would know who was playing. So, well, nice flash, and it is going to be aggro, but then they line up for Hiko. Not going to get the third, but 2 will do just fine. That gives an AK to Bialy to work with here, but Liquid, they still have all the advantage, and they're pushing up long now. They want to see if they can't, well, make use of these rifles, make use of that advantage of range. Still, Pasha with the dig, and he's going to land that first shot onto Nitro. Does he actually touch down this nade? No, they're just out of range.
It's a good idea, though. I mean, body shot from that Deagle is enough for a grenade follow-up kill, so it could have been working out. But I mean, unless we see some truly heroic individual play here from VP, there's a good chance this could finish 16-2. That'd be a pretty big beating here for the Polish side early on.
Unheard of, right? Just unheard of to have that kind of dominance here. And, well, Pasha just caught out in the open, taking a step too many. Neo still rotating, and he does land a headshot. Nicely done there onto Elige, but Elige still going to live. Here's to pick up that kill, and it's going to be Bialy, the last man alive here for Virtus.Pro, rotating up from the B side in a 1v4. He's got the AK that he was able to pilfer earlier, but he's got a lot of work ahead of him here if he actually wants to make this happen. With no kit either, he has to go fast. Smoke clearing on Bank, good timing there for him. Can he find the first one, though? I mean, Elige is low. Nitro is down to half as well. Bialy capable of anything. Nice respray, nice spray transfer, but the man holding on the side is going to get the job done, and it is going to be a 16-2 finish for the first map of this best of 3.
Wow, you're right. That spray transfer was beautiful, wasn't it? Just you see the absolute skill and discipline there for Bialy, but it isn't enough at this point in time here. And Hiko, he was talking big talk there on the stage earlier. It looks like he followed it up. And Nitro too, Fugly helping out as well in Elige. I mean, they all had some really good performances here individually too. What a start here for Team Liquid, the last North American hope.
Yeah, no, that's the thing of beauty. That's what everybody here has been waiting for all day long. They've been disappointed all day, but Liquid deliver at the end. But this is not done yet, Anders. It's a best of 3. They need to win the next map as well to get into that semifinal match tomorrow. That is solid work, and that's, I mean, yeah, Hiko delivered. Everybody delivered, in fact. I mean, Nitro with the pistol round. Yeah, or no, Fugly rather with the pistol round, but then between Nitro, Elige, and Hiko, they're all in double digits right at the beginning of the half, just slamming Virtus.Pro. Virtus.Pro were never able to get their feet under them.
And I think actually Nitro ended up top fragging as well, so just all-around really good performance from him here, as was, you know, called out by a lot of people, so generally quite impressed, and I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, VP are going to have to get a little bit of a break just to shake that off and see if they can get back in.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and hear what our analysts have to say about that fascinating first map in this best of 3.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Anders and Semler. Aren't they so cute with their matching pins? Those guys are. Those guys are real cuties. 100%. But I mean, that's an interesting match. The kind of most crazy scoreline, the most kind of opposite scoreline to what we kind of talked about. All of you said it was going to be a close one. You did kind of coin it up to Liquid in the end. You said Overpass was a good map for them, and VP, of course, not operating at full capacity. But 16-2, boys. Yeah. Not something you would have expected in any stretch of the imagination.
It's really difficult to analyze these sort of games. Yeah. Like when it's a complete like bulldozer like that, the key moments there is Fugly's amazing pistol round, Hiko's 1 and 2 clutch, and is the fact that VP couldn't string anything together. They only got 2 rounds in the first half there. Like we can talk about it all day long, but the fact is it's never really turned up on the fragging. That was just the main thing. They weren't killing people. I don't think anyone got to double digits there. I think they had about 4 to 6 frags across the whole board.
Well, I mean, 4 of them were on 6 frags at the end. Yeah. That's crazy.
So that's what do you want to say? They're not killing people. They're not working as a unit. It's just not happening for them. They really are missing snacks. That synergy is not there right now.
I mean, we could do the polar opposite and say what Liquid were doing right. I mean, that's another option.
Yeah, and also we were discussing in a backroom that Overpass might be arguably the worst map to have a standing as T. And obviously, Virtus.Pro started T on Overpass, and this is one of those maps you really need like proper executions. You need to take control of the zone very efficiently. You need to have various timings for your attack and stuff. And that was very impressive. Liquid, they didn't even need to push. They didn't even need to get the first frag. They could just say, lay it back, wait for the executions, and just utilize the little mistakes, little smoke and stuff. And yeah, Virtus.Pro, they just didn't have the tactical resources to get the rounds.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Henry's kind of summarized it quite well. Moses, any closing thoughts on it? Overpass, you're just going to be seeing an example of how well Liquid are playing. They just kept picking up the frags. I think that was the primary kind of factor of Overpass.
Yeah, Nitro's playing really well at the moment. But I think, you know, the main point is, I think Semler just nailed it. He's like, it's 3 maps. Like,
yeah,
let's not get ahead of ourselves here. And then Mirage is next. And, you know, the scary thing is for Virtus.Pro, like, they weren't getting kills. So they're going to have to find someone to step up. But, I mean, this is the thing now, because Liquid, they have this huge advantage.
This is quite cool.
Yeah, that was comical. That's just really unfortunate.
Like he gets in that sick position there behind it, got 2 CTs on the screen, and his bloody teammates throw a flash over and like.
It was a blue. I saw a blue line. I think it was CT flash.
But I want to get back to this point because
Really, was it?
Yeah.
Why would they be flashing towards their own bomb site?
I don't know.
That'd be a crazy thing to do.
Moses has something to say.
Sorry.
we were like joking about, yeah, let's do some hand raising, but it worked.
no, I just it's sometimes these big wins are just as detrimental as those bigger close losses, is where you just get so excited now. Because Liquid, I mean, this is equally important to maintain your composure. And, they're at this point now where they have a chance to close this out in 2 maps. They have a map to give and a great opportunity to move on to the semifinals. The semifinals where we've been talking about this great crowd that we have here in North America. Well, they've set the bar high. They've been expecting this for some time. Yeah. Liquid is one of those teams, along with Cloud9 and CLG, Luminosity. They're the teams that we expect to be competing for these semifinal spots. And for Liquid to drop the ball after winning that first map would just be a crime for this crowd.
Yeah, I think the thing is for VP, I think you just touched on it there. Had they brought that back to like a 16-13 and dropped out of it, that would have been more frustrating for them. Like, I think you can use that map and write it off, move on from it. Like, they never really had a look into it whatsoever. It's not going to be that much of a, like, in terms of morale, just, oh, well, we've still got 2 maps to go. Let's reset and let's keep going.
So let's do that. Let's talk about Mirage, a map that, Virtus.Pro have been kind of known to be a very, very prominent team on. However, this isn't Virtus.Pro with Snacks. Matthew, your thoughts coming into Mirage. You think this is going to be a tough uphill to swallow for Liquid?
Well, I think that if Virtus.Pro start as T and have a good beginning of the match, they might just destroy Liquid, regardless of having Snacks or not. I mean, Virtus.Pro on Mirage have such a quick playstyle. They will take the middle, take over the middle, they would take the short and the connector, and from that point on, they would finish the rounds in 10 different ways. They are very difficult to read. They would just take the aggressive positions, wait for you to try and gather up the information, kill you, and then do something. So they are very difficult to read on Mirage. And I really hope that Liquid's going to put a lot of pressure into the middle as CT and not let Virtus.Pro just take the control. They have to battle, they have to fight for the middle. And if they do so, they might win it, really.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely it. They just need to keep showing no fear right now. They're playing right, but in terms of the fragging and the aiming, they've got the edge on Virtus.Pro. As CT, keep pushing up, taking the battle to them. Don't allow them to execute. Get up in their grills and show that you're the better team today. Right,
take some risks, kind of embrace them. We keep seeing Hiko trying to get the crowd chanting. It's obviously, there's some confidence on the Liquid side. Closing thoughts then from Moses before we do disappear into a break.
1 map win in a best-of-3 series is no longer good enough. Want to see him close it out.
All right, trying to, keeping it straight, keeping it real for North America. Henry?
Yeah, based on that performance, all signs point to Liquid pulling this one off, but have they got the mental fortitude to keep going on and actually close this one out is yet to be seen. Very interesting map coming up, and I hope they do it. It'd be great to see them actually take down this weekend VP. I think they should be doing it after that performance, but you never know in these kind of games. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Liquid, they really have to stay calm and focused and kind of forget about the first map. Even though they had a crushing nice result and they can get all hyped and stuff, they have to forget about it, start new map. It's like best of 1. Everything begins now. Stay calm and they could have it.
It's that time then. We're going to take a quick break. A big thank you to, of course, Plays.tv, who are bringing this one for you guys at home. A big thank you to them, of course, all your other sponsors as well, making this event possible. We are, of course, live here from Intel Extreme Masters San Jose, and when we get back, it's going to be the last opportunity for a North American presence in the second stages of this tournament, guys. Don't go anywhere. Liquid versus Virtus.Pro on Mirage is kicking off straight after this.